Like I promised, I'm keeping in touch. Me, Martin, Tracy and Jaden were walking through the forest. Martin found some abandoned shark using his map that we could use to safely figure out a plan. Unbeknownst to me, they were armed to the teeth under their protective armour. They had grenades, flashbangs, rifles, shotguns, pistols and a bunch more stuff that seemed like they were not accessible to the public. We reached this abandoned shark and we barely had enough room to sit down in the decaying wooden chairs. "So, what are we going to do to defeat that thing?" I said in monotone. The shock of the situation, the death, the pain. It all didn't faze me as much anymore since Darius left. I felt distant from what I used to be. I felt cold.
"Well, me and Tracy devised a plan to stop this thing,"
Martin said, while winking towards Tracy in a flirtatious manner.
"Well, get on with it. Me and Travis don't want to watch you have fun with your new girlfriend,"
Jaden snickered. I couldn't help but laugh. The situation almost seemed less terrible.
"Alright, here's the plan, everyone. We'll use the kid as bait to lure in the pilgrim, since he encountered it before. While he stalls, Jaden and I will use our plasma rifles and get a shot off on that thing. That should distract the pilgrim long enough for Tracy to lead us up a cliff. Once the pilgrim teleports to us, Tracy will stab it with his plasma knife and then push it off the cliff,"
Martin rambled.
"What's with the excessive use of plasma?" Jaden asked. "Plasma weakens the pilgrim," Martin stated. "Also, how do we know if Tracy won't be busy taking pictures of the thing to actually kill it?"
Jaden said, annoyed.
"Excuse me?" Tracy said, annoyed. "You two need to stop fighting," Martin said.
"Won't the pilgrim just teleport back up the cliff?" I asked.
"Then we shoot like crazy and hope to kill the thing,"
Martin said grimly. We left the shack shortly after and trekked through the forest until we found a clearing. We were waiting for the pilgrim to show up since he was spotted here a while ago. It took a long time for anything to happen, but eventually, as it became almost night, we heard something running towards us. The soldiers aimed their weapons where the sound was coming from, and suddenly, Bryson and Darius came running into the clearing. I went to speak, but Darius cut everyone off with his loud voice.
"The pilgrim is at Yellowstone Volcano. We need to stop it now," Darius boomed. "What is it doing at Yellowstone Volcano?" Martin asked.
I remembered Kyle being dragged off with the pilgrim, along with the pilgrim attacking the teenagers and dragging them away. "What if it's doing some kind of ritual?" I asked. Jaden and Martin both went pale.
"Well, what are we waiting for?"
Bryson said. Darius grabbed all of us tightly and ran as fast as he could towards Yellowstone Volcano. "Bryson," I went to say, but he cut me off.
"Look, Travis, we can talk about this later, okay? I made a mistake, and now we need to go stop this thing," he said.
"But what if some of us don't make it out alive?" I asked, but was cut off again.
"Nobody's going to die. I promise," he stated.
We were halfway from Yellowstone Volcano when we were interrupted by a group of Wendigos.
"Shit," Martin said.
Bryson took out his gun and fired at the Wendigo, but they were able to hide behind the nearby trees. I took out Bryson's Desert Eagle and fired a shot into a Wendigo's skull, sending it crashing to the ground as it pierced the bony exterior. Darius quickly was swarmed by two other Wendigos and was taking serious damage. We couldn't do anything since we would risk hurting Darius, so I grabbed one of the Wendigo by its antlers and pushed it off Darius with immense effort. It lunged at me, but Jaden came to the rescue and shot the Wendigo several times in the head. Darius was able to finish off the last Wendigo by slamming it into the ground, crushing its bones. The rest of the Wendigo ran off into the distance. We quickly got back on track and made our way to Yellowstone Volcano. As we reached the caldera, we saw the pilgrim levitating in the middle of Yellowstone Volcano as small tendrils of lava slowly erupted from below. The soldiers took aim and shot the pilgrim with the plasma rifles. As the plasma bullets got closer to the pilgrim, lava tendrils shielded the pilgrim and reduced the plasma bullets to ash. "What do we do?" I asked frantically.
"We need to distract."
Bryson went to say, but was cut off as Darius jumped and lunged at the pilgrim at incredible speeds. Though, his efforts were in vain as he was blasted back by the lava tendrils and suffered some burns on his left arm and chest. Darius, are you okay? I said, rushing over to help him up.
I'll be fine, Travis.
He winced. I've been meaning to ask. How did you find me? I asked.
Someone told me where you were. I think they were called Oak Shoulder,
Darius said. Oh, figures. He told me you found Bryson, I said.
Guys, focus on the situation at hand,
Bryson said, grabbing one of Martin's rifles. I watched as Martin, Jaden and Bryson shot at the lava tendrils. Tracy was missing though. I looked around and saw her taking photos of the pilgrim nearby. I saw the tendrils creeping up towards her and yelled out to warn her, but it was too late. She screamed as she was dragged into the caldera and disintegrated by the lava tendrils. Suddenly, a large gust of black smoke erupted from Yellowstone Volcano. We all watched in horror as the tendrils surrounded the pilgrim and started growing. The pilgrim was now at least 20 feet tall. It had 10 large tendrils made of lava. It was elevated 50 feet above the ground, and a large grin was on the pilgrim's face. We had failed to stop it. I looked into the caldera and to my horror, I saw the teenagers, Kyle, Daniel, Tracy, and a bunch of other people. Suddenly, a tendril slammed into the ground nearby, blasting all of us with an intense heat.
Fall back,
Martin yelled, and led us back through the forest. I saw some helicopters in the distance. My emergency alert reached the facility, but would the reinforcements be able to stop this monstrosity? I somehow doubted it. We reached the motel and are currently thinking of a new plan. A helicopter just landed nearby. Hopefully the people inside have an idea, because at this point, it seems Yellowstone National Park is done for. I feel as if this is my fault. If I didn't fight with Bryson, if I confronted the pilgrims sooner, instead of running away like a coward. As I record this post with a phone I stole, I can hear the battle raging outside. Many were going to die because of my mistakes. Maybe I should have just chosen to be at an orphanage. Then this would never have happened. I'll keep you all updated, but at this point, we win or we lose.